of the multipath channel, the received signal will be distorted. Okay, will be distorted, but the received strength, signal strength, will change rapidly. Will change rapidly. In the previous one, the two things, less and greater. Okay, less and greater. There are two conditions. It is less, then distort. Sorry, will not be distort. If it is greater, signal will be distort. Will not distort, will be distort. Okay. If it's distort, it is greater than the multipart. Okay. And if it is not, will not be distorted, then then it is less than the bandwidth of the multipart channel. So bandwidth of the channels is quantified by the coherence bandwidth, which is related to the specific multipart structure of the channel. Coherence bandwidth is measured of the maximum frequency difference of which signals are strongly correlated in amplitude. Bandwidth of the channel is quantified. This quantity will be quantified channel by a coherence bandwidth, which is related to specific multipart structure of the channels. Coherence bandwidth is measure of maximum frequency difference of which signal are strongly correlated in the it's strongly correlated in the amplitude. Okay, if it is correlated with, there are coherence bandwidth. Okay, coherence bandwidth, the capacity, and also it's measured the maximum frequency. Maximum. I hope you already learned this frequency, is measure of maximum frequency difference. Maximum coherence bandwidth is coming. The bandwidth is the capacity of the frequency. It's measure is measures of maximum frequency difference, the highest, the maximum frequency difference based on the bandwidth coherence. Difference for which signals are strongly correlated with the amplitude. Amplitude is the measuring scale. Okay. Okay. And let's move on to the next slide. Slide number 7. Doppler shift. Motion of the antenna produce Doppler shift of incoming waves. I already explained in the uh, internet also, in the browsers. Motion of antenna produce. Antenna means what? Mobile phone also having antenna and different types of wireless communicating device having an antenna. Okay. Motion of an antenna produce Doppler shift. Doppler shift of incoming receive wave. We consider a signal received over a multipart channel with many incoming waves. Okay, there are different types of the incoming wave, and this incoming wave multipart channel received by the antenna of the motion devices, moving devices. Let's the end reflected wave with amplitude Cn. Okay, let the end reflected wave with amplitude Cn. The motion antenna receives the wave with n and the amplitude of the Cn. Cn means C of n. This should be the how to put this up. It should be to power n. This should be power n. Okay. And reflections and amplitude of the reflection. C is the amplitude and number of reflected wave. This would be a power. I don't know where to put this uh, to the power superscript. Okay, and phase arrives from an angle relative to the direction of the motion of antenna. Okay, direction and motion of antenna means if it is away or towards the tower. Okay, signaling tower. This also affect this one. Okay, let's see here in the picture when the receiver of or transmitter of moving, the frequency is shifted by delta f is equal to v lambda cos theta. V is a velocity and lambda is a wave. Okay. Velocity means what? V is the velocity, the moving velocity of the vehicle, and lambda is the wavelength. Wavelength we can measure it using the lambda. The maximum shift is function m is equal to v velocity divided by c. Okay, divided by c is the amplitude function c. C is c is the speed of light measured this the moving speed of a object, a mobile object. Okay, maybe a car or maybe a mobile phones or maybe a bike. Okay, if the signal is sent at the FC and pass through a fading channel is multi-part within the channel. The spectrum of the received signal is mentioned using this one. This is the Doppler spectrum. It's moving using this Doppler spectrum. Okay, thus not only one frequency is received, but many frequency from here. This also difference with the uh, away from the tower or maybe the towards the towers. Okay, okay. Uh, let me do up to this. Okay, up to seventh slide number 7. We'll continue this in the next class, Tuesday. Let me call your roll number. Christina. Lauren Kima. HB. Kakumha.
Present sir.
HB Lauren Kima. absent oh
Present
SB
sir.
rin ki ma absent kum ha present
Present sir. Signal ron chia.
lal dam puya
Present sir.
absent present okay dal enki ma absent lal enki ma absent PC dal chuan moi
Present, sir.
PC dal chuan moi present lal mon oma lal mon oma absent ma lal mon oma absent ami lal mon oma hi khoi ange lal mon oma hi akal san de nge muthil san ta hen ron lu rang se lal mon oma akal san ami
Sir,
amu
an
hi
mani
lami
kha an cable chiang chi alova.
ta ommo alo muthil san de ten lo mo akal
Oka
san ten
avoid
lo
sir
mo
on na aron te thelo ni kaka. Aron on zeu zeu.
R1 lal thuang ale R1 lal thuang a ommo Rajeshwar Rajeshwar sin kan om mo ko ting ting he pai om na to lo Rajeshwar a tho chu la to mi walal chan chui
Present, sir.
lal chan ma lo lo pu ya
Present, sir.
chuan khati jong kha voina kan tianga assignment hi karon upload dona assignment in lo chang o unit 1 le unit 2 assignment